Hi everyone, this is Alma coming to you from Huntington Beach, California. Today is Sunday, April 9th of the year 2023, and this is going to be FlossTube number 97. So as always, I want to welcome you all, first and foremost, and welcome back to all my current viewers and subscribers, and thank you, as always, for your continuing support, for your patience, for coming back even after I'm gone for a bit. It's just really appreciated, so thank you very much. And if there's any newcomers, if there's anybody that's visiting for the first time, I hope that you like what you see, you find a reason to stay, subscribe, and continue to follow me on my stitching journey. I hope that everybody's doing well. I hope that everybody's staying safe and sound. Everything's okay on our end. As you can see, we did make the move. We are mostly settled. All of our essentials have been unpacked. Now it's just picking away at everything else, things that we don't necessarily use on a day-to-day basis. Some of those things are going to stay packed away. But yeah, I only just set myself up with my desktop yesterday. We didn't move until last weekend. We kind of pushed it back a little bit further than we originally intended to. So this week has been the time to get everything sorted here. But yeah, as I mentioned, most of our essentials are in place. I did set up my little stitching area, as you can see, which I'm very happy with. So, and as you can see, as you can probably notice, like the space does lend itself to record from my computer. So hopefully that'll go okay. Let me know what you guys think of, the sound and everything, because this is new to me. So if it doesn't work out okay, I can see what I can do about going back to filming from my phone. But as it is, I don't have too much to show you this time around. Obviously, the moving did take up 99% of my time, but I did stitch on a little bit, a few projects, so I do want to show you those. So without further ado, let's get to the stitching. And the first piece I want to show you, and hopefully I can get used to showing you things like this. This is Portrait of Veronica from Mirabilia, and I'm sure you're all familiar with her. I'm sure I don't need to zoom all the way in, but this is a piece that I do want to finish at the end of the year. This is also going to be so convenient because look, she's just right here. I do want to finish her by the end of the year. I've split her up into 12 sections that I supposedly needed to do a section per month. That's not happening as of right now. I'm still on February. I was supposed to finish all the light tones of the skirt on February, and here we are, first week of April, not done yet. But again, it is what it is. And let me see if I can figure out how to show you this so that I also see what you guys see. Ooh, hang on, I know exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna move the camera to my other screen. Oh, what a computer engineer at best. Woohoo! Alright, so yes, so this is Portrait of Veronica. From the last time I showed it to you, I worked on this section. This is also reversed, so that's gonna be fun. Okay, I worked on this section right here on the edge of the skirt, and I did start with the cry neck. So that's been fun. I've never worked with cry neck before, so I did have to ask a friend, Sarah from our Stitching Kingdom. It's like, I don't know if I should add thread or floss, but it sparkles and I'm very happy with how it looks. It's just, it's cry neck, so it's a little, it's not as smooth as regular floss. But I will continue to work on this. it has been one of my main focuses all this time that I've been packing away and unpacking and dealing with that. So especially because for a while I didn't have access to my tablets or didn't have access to Pattern Keeper. Sometimes that was like, okay, I guess we're working on this today. Next one that I want to show you is in one of my stitching button bags. This is Moon Charmer by Amy Stewart, charted by Heaven and Earth Designs, and this one is also one of my frequently stitched on pieces. Again, I did have plans to work on this for a certain amount of stitches every month. For this one I managed to finish the stitches in March. I'm not sure how many stitches I had already done when I showed it to you last, but I did hit the 2000 stitch marker that I had set for myself. So let's see if I can show you the entire piece, which looks like I won't be able to do that, but it is getting larger. So most of my stitching has been done in this section anyway. I did get a little bit bored of working on the grass, so I started working on the sky here. I was about to flip y'all off. I did not mean to do that. I started working on the sky that's next to the tree, and this is the edge of where the woman's hair is. So I think I did stitch on the bottom as well. Like I kept going with the green and the black, but I did get bored of that. So I was like, alright, let's do something different. So yeah, I'm gonna keep going with the blue. It does, you know, I just have to stitch this section and that's going to line up with what I already stitched, at least for that color. So I'll just keep doing that for everything else. And yeah, I'm not sure what I'm going to do for April. Part of me feels like I need to make up for everything that I didn't stitch on this month, which I'll show you a moment in a second. It's my next piece that's coming up. But part of me is also like, well, okay, but you don't want to fall behind on everything else either. So like on this one, doing the 2000 monthly stitches. So far, I think for this one I have been able to get that done. Because I started the year with 59,000 and I'm at 65,000 now. That sounds about right. 2,000 stitches, or only 2,000 stitches. I'll just put this away later. Finicky. So the next piece that I worked on a little bit, not as much as I wanted to, but is another one of my Haynes. This is The Eternal Promise from Matt Stewart, charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. For this one, I was only able to do 1,000 stitches in the month of March. I did work on it towards the end, like once I hit the 2,000 mark on Moon Charmer. I did pick this back up. And this is what we're at so far. I hope that's all in frame. Yeah, it's all in frame. Okay. It's gonna get a little hard to show these once I start stitching on them more. But the way I worked this, I may have mentioned in my last video, or maybe not. I just went ahead and I picked like 2 colors that are used in a lot of the sections, and I just worked on them interchangeably. So once I finished one color in one page, I started with the second color. So most of my stitching has been done in this section. Let's see if I can bring that up. It's not much to look at right now. It's just a lot of random blobs, but I did, and I think I don't know if I showed it last time or not, but I am getting the silhouettes of, oh, my fabric's getting stained, I'm not sure why. But now there's a yellow stain where Aragorn's supposed to be. Anyway, so you can kind of tell this is like, well, I guess you can't really see, but there's like a yellow stain going down right here. It's from the Q-snap. I'll have to look into that. But, you know, this is where Aragorn's supposed to be, and you can tell that this is where Arwen's supposed to be now. So that's pretty cool. Pretty exciting. You know, as exciting without actually stitching on them. As exciting as it can get without stitching on them. So those are pretty much the only projects that I worked on. Again, just a lot of craziness in the last few weeks. I'm very much looking forward to just getting down to a routine again and finding my pace with everything, school and work and such, and then figuring out how stitching is going to go into that as well. Because now, it used to be that I was able to go back to my apartment in between classes. Now, because it is of a longer commute, I'm not going to be able to do that. I don't want to do that. Like I could, but I don't want to. I don't think I would have time anyway. So now I have to stay in that area for as long as I need to. So this week that kind of sucked because my work was off for break. So I had a class at 8 o'clock in the morning, and then I had a 7-hour gap, and then I had another class at 5:30 at night. So at that point I think I did like run errands, but luckily next week I'm not going to have that issue because everything's going to be back in session, so I'll still work. The one thing that I did want to show you, and I can show you my phone because I'm not using my phone to record now, is a new piece that I just started Thursday. I started it Thursday night. I'm just in the mood for beach themed things, I guess, because I started this. It's called See You at the Beach. I got it off of Etsy, and it's coming up pink. I don't know what's up with the tones, but it's meant to be white. Anyway, the designer is Luba Davies. I got it off of Etsy. I'll put the link down below. And this is where we're at so far. So, and that's just maybe 600 stitches worth, I think. It's very quick stitch. I'm pretty sure I'll be able to finish this within the month, really, because I got really into it, and it's very, very easy stitching, which I needed. I just needed something nice and easy to kind of ease myself into the stitching mode again. So that was perfect. And then either today or sometime this week, I do want to start another piece. I picked this up on Etsy as well. This is Home is where the NES is. I'm trying. Camera's not cooperating with me. Let me see. Focus. Well, alright, I won't be able to get it to focus, I guess, but it's just a lot of you know, characters from the video games from that decade. I think it's like the 80s, mid 80s. So that's all that me and my boyfriend have been doing for the last year or so now. It's just we've been going, maybe not a year, but we've just been going through a lot of the older video games, starting from like the earlier system, the Sega system, and moving away towards present day. So that's been really fun, and I do want to make that so we can put it up in the TV system, the TV entertainment system that we got. So I may start it today, may start it after we film, I'm not sure. But yeah, besides that, I'm not quite sure. I did feel, like I mentioned, I did feel like trying to catch up with things that I didn't stitch on. Part of me also feels like picking one whip, like Eternal Promise, for example, that does need a lot of progress, and just, you know, stitching on that, focusing on that for the rest of the month, and not touching much of anything else. But we'll see. We'll see what I feel. We'll see what kind of time I have, because that's an involved piece as well. I can't just take that to to school or to work to stitch on my breaks, because it's not an easy piece to stitch on. Oh, I guess I could show you that as well. Speaking of which, my travel piece, Chopper. I can show you him. Let me see if I can show you the picture. I almost forgot him. I can't believe it. It's gonna be here, I think. Okay, let me see. Let's see if this is going to cooperate with me. Okay, here we go. So this is my Chopper piece. Let's see again if camera's going to cooperate. There we go. So that's Chopper. I got it off in an Etsy shop called Be Cute today, and I was stitching on him when I was at work. Again, I haven't been at work this last week, so he hasn't gotten too much progress, but I also have been away for 3 weeks, so I did keep going with him. I started on the shading for his fur, the brown, and yeah, I think I also stitched on this a little bit. I can't remember. I tried to bounce around a little bit. At one point I did forget my my black floss. Like, I wanted to keep going on the outlining, and I forgot it at home, so I had to make do. So he's coming along. Hopefully I'll be able to, okay, good, I'll be able to finish him, maybe not by the end of this semester, but hopefully by the end of next semester, in a year, because at that point it'll be two years old. Camera's here, Alma. Oh my gosh. Okay. Alright, so so that is all that I had to show you for today. A little bit of a shorter video, but I did want to check in, say hello, and let you know that I'm alive and well and all settled in my new place, mostly. So yeah, next week is going to be interesting. Next week's just going to be a lot of, again, just touch and go, trying to get used to the routine again. But hopefully that won't be too difficult. So yeah, I will go ahead and post the links to the 2 new pieces that I showed you today, the See You at the Beach and Home is Where the NES Is, in case you are interested. But as always, if you have any questions, you're more than welcome to leave a comment below. Again, let me know what you think of the sound situation, if it's okay. I hope it's okay. I did do a test run and it didn't sound that bad. But yeah, just, you can also leave a comment with that as well. So yeah, as always, I hope you guys have a productive week, a relaxing weekend, and you always find the time to do the thing that makes you happy. Till next time, ciao!